Oh my gosh, it's delicious. Hi everybody, welcome back to Marie's Kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're making a hearty and healthy chicken and white bean chili. This one is great for an easy weeknight dinner and can be thrown together in about 30 minutes. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's get started. Okay, I have most things chopped, so we're gonna start right over at the stove. I've got a kind of smaller sized Dutch oven. We're gonna turn that to about medium-high heat. Then we'll add 2 tablespoons of butter. Of course, you can use olive oil if you prefer. Okay, now we'll give that a minute to heat up. Have any of you tried a chicken and white bean chili? We've been making this one for years, and it's just such a great alternative to the traditional beef and bean chili, or I do have an easy turkey chili also on my website, but this is just a completely different flavor blend. This one's just, it's a little milder and just really great flavor. So I hope you get to try it. All right, let's add our onion, 1 chopped onion. We're gonna let that cook for about 4 minutes. All right, it's been about 4 minutes. This looks good. The onions are nice and soft. To that, we'll add about 3 to 4 cloves minced garlic, and then we'll saute that around just until fragrant. It's about 30 seconds. You never want to put the garlic and onion in together because garlic, if it gets burned, then it tastes really bitter. So that's why we always do the onion first and then throw in the garlic just to cook until fragrant. And I can smell that. It is smelling really good. Is there anything better than onions and garlic? When I used to work, I worked for a while at Williams-Sonoma, and they would cook things on the stove in the store that would smell so good it would bring people in. And there was one time we did onions, garlic, and bacon, and you can bet everybody coming in was just like, oh my gosh, what are you making? Okay, next step is 1 quart of chicken stock. And homemade is even better. And I'm gonna show you a tip on making homemade chicken stock, so stay tuned for that. I don't have homemade right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use the box. And we'll pour that right in. Next step are some spices. We've got 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and then 1 teaspoon of ground coriander. And coriander are the seeds of the cilantro plant. A lot of people, I think in other countries, call cilantro coriander. We call it cilantro here, the green leafy part, but these are the seeds ground up and they've got great flavor. You could add a little salt or pepper at this point, but I'm using a salted chicken stock, so I'm not gonna add salt quite yet. We can test at the end and see if we need any. Next is some hatch green chilies, and they sell these New Mexico chopped hatch green chilies in our grocery store. If you can't find these, you can probably find this chopped green chilies. It's an old El Paso brand or even a generic grocery store brand. They probably have it too. So just get a can of chopped green chilies. You can also, if you're up for it, you can roast your own chilies. I've done that before with poblano peppers. Roast them in the oven, and then you peel off the skin, take out the seeds, chop those up and put those in. But of course that's gonna take a little more time, so not always right for a weeknight dinner. So we're gonna add about 1/2 cup. Now these are a mild version, so do look for that. You don't wanna get hot unless you like things really, really spicy. If you want some more spice, you could go for the medium version, or you can always add in some cayenne or some jalapenos later on, but we're gonna stick with the mild green chilies. And then let's let this cook for a little while just to really kind of infuse that broth with flavor, cook it down just a little bit so it's not so soupy, and then we'll be ready to add the rest of our ingredients. Now, while that's cooking, I want to talk about our chicken. So you can use a rotisserie chicken, or if you have this in your area, I do highly recommend stopping by a barbecue place and getting a smoked chicken. In Texas, that is very common to find. There's barbecue restaurants everywhere. And I just went over there with my son last night. He is learning how to drive. Hello, that has been a interesting experience, teaching somebody how to drive. I think I gained some new wrinkles after that. I probably aged a few years, but he's improving. He's doing great. So he took me over there yesterday evening for some night driving, and we picked up a whole chicken from Rudy's Barbecue. And I just think it adds so much flavor to this soup, this really smoky under flavor that tastes like you did, you know, something really great from scratch, when really this is just so simple. So here's the chicken that we have. And this is a half chicken. I've already picked off the meat from the other half, but I just want to show you, you'll just, you know, pull off the chicken. Why am I showing you? You know how to do this. Just pull the chicken right off the bone, and then you can either chop or shred it. I prefer shredded. So you'll just want to pull that off and remove any of the skin. Of course, remove any of the bones, but don't throw that away. What you can do then with your wonderful smoked chicken carcass is make your own chicken stock. And this chicken stock is so good. It's got that great smoky flavor from the barbecue. So I do highly recommend making your own chicken stock. Save it in the freezer, and then you can use it for this soup. Next time you make it, you won't have to get a carton out of the or from the grocery store. And to do that, what you just want to do is take your bones, and you could add a little bit of the skin and whatever's left on the carcass. Throw that in a pot of water. You don't want too much water because you don't want to water down your stock. The key to a great stock is having it, you know, really rich and flavorful. And to do that, you just don't want to water it down. So not too much water. Then you can add an onion, a carrot, celery, garlic, you know, sometimes a bay leaf or some herbs, and you just let that slow cook on the stove. Do it on a weekend, and wait till it's nice and cooked down, and then you can save that stock and use it next time. The reason I don't add all the skin is because it's just so much grease. You end up having to skim it off anyway. So I don't use all the skin. You can use a little bit, and be sure to throw the grease in your trash can, or in an old jar or a paper cup. You definitely don't want to put that down your sink because that causes lots of problems for the community in the pipes. Okay, I think we're good there. We'll add our meat over here. This comes to about 3 to 4 cups chicken, depending on the size of the bird. And then I'm gonna save this for our stock. All right, next up are some white beans. And of course you can make these from scratch, but if you're in a hurry, grab some navy beans or cannellini beans or Great Northern beans at the grocery store. There goes Gracie. Our African gray parrot is quite chatty in the morning. So if you hear something, that's what it is. Okay, so these are navy beans. And have you seen my new can opener? Kitchen Mama sent me this can opener a couple months ago, and it is so cool. I ended up buying a few of these as gifts for friends. And you just set it on there like this, and then you push this button, and it takes a minute. But if you're patient, you don't have to get out a can opener and, you know, twist it with all the arthritis and everything. This is so easy, and then I can't wait to show you afterward. There's no sharp edges. I always get so nervous opening cans because that edge is so sharp. I've cut myself, my kids have cut themselves. So let me show you this, it's pretty cool. So it goes, and then it knows when to stop. There we go. Now what this did, instead of, you know, cutting the metal, it actually unsealed the can. So you just pull that right off the top, and it's not sharp. Can you believe that? This isn't sharp, so you don't have to worry if you want to rinse it out for recycling, whatever, you're not going to get cut. Now this comes with liquid in it, and we're going to pour that out and rinse the beans in a strainer like this. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. Let's open the other one. Okay, now this, oh, there goes the top, lid came with it. Now this goes in a little case. The other great thing about this can opener, I realized, is that it doesn't get in the food because it's not actually cutting open the metal. So you don't get a rusty can opener that you have to wash every time you use it. You just pop it back in the little case, and then there's a charger. That's how you charge it. So it's no batteries, you just charge it, and then I keep this in the drawer. Okay, we've got our beans here. Let's head over to the sink and give them a rinse. Just gonna pour the beans into the strainer, and you can decide if you want 1 or 2 cans, really up to you. We'll give that a rinse. Okay, so we've got our rinsed and drained beans here. Now we'll add our rinsed and drained beans. Now have this about on medium heat. We'll just give that a stir and let those beans cook. And we're also gonna add about 2 tablespoons fresh lime juice. It's looking good already. Now we'll also add our chicken. I'm gonna shred this up into a little bit smaller pieces as I toss it in. And also, this soup freezes really well. So if you're looking for some make ahead dinner options to maybe make on Sunday and then have for lunch or dinner during the week, just make this chicken. You can freeze it in a freezer safe container for about 3 months. When you're freezing a liquid, be sure to leave some space at the top, about a 1/2 inch or 1 inch of space, because the liquid does expand while it's freezing, so you don't want it to pop off the lid. Okay, we're almost done, and hasn't this been so easy? Oh, can't wait for you to try it. Okay, the final ingredient is about 1/4 cup of sour cream. You can use light sour cream if you prefer, and you can use also up to a 1/2 cup. So just depends on what you like. I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup. This sour cream gives a nice creamy texture and a little bit of tang. It's just perfect for chili. You can serve some on top as well. So let's just stir this in. Ooh, this is nice and full. Doesn't it look great? Also, if you are dairy-free, you can leave out the sour cream and still have wonderful flavor. So don't worry about that. That's smoky chicken. Oh, so good. Now we'll let that cook for a few more minutes. Then we can have a taste and see if it needs salt and pepper or a little more chilies or some kind of spice, and then it's ready to serve. One other thing I want to show you for serving is to fry up some corn tortilla strips. And if you don't want to do this, you can of course use some corn tortilla chips or Fritos, whatever you like, to serve on top for a little crunch. But these taste really good and it's really easy. You just take a couple corn tortillas and I just cut them up into some thin strips. We'll add those to the oil and just saute those around in the oil with a little pinch of salt, and they are so addictive. Really good. And once they get soft on that soup, it turns into like almost a tortilla soup. So I do recommend trying these if you have time. I should have waited for the oil to heat up. I got a little too excited. Hey, Cocoa Puff, what are you doing, girl? Huh? You looking for some scraps? Who's a good girl? Cocoa Puff. Look at that girl. Can you see her? Oh my gosh. There she is. This is Cocoa Puff, our golden doodle. She's a sweetheart. She's always looking for scraps. Do you want some chicken? Huh? Who's a good girl? Oh, I feel so bad. I gotta give you something. Here, have a little piece. Good girl. Can't say no to that girl. So cute. My mom always used to cook corn tortillas when I was growing up. So it's one of those smells, flavors that just makes me so nostalgic and think about childhood. I love it. Makes me miss my mama, but I am grateful to have that memory. All right, these look great. I'm just gonna move them over to a paper towel lined plate to drain off some of that oil. And we'll do the remaining tortilla here. Yummy. All right, now really briefly, I did want to talk about making a homemade chicken stock because that is such a great thing to have in your freezer. It's so good for you. It's great for hydrating. It's great during colder months when you're sick or just want something soothing and warm. And then also the gelatin and collagen that is from the chicken, from cooking the chicken. That's great for joints and tissue recovery, and it can also help with digestion and gut health. So many benefits of having homemade stock on hand. Let's start with some onion. We're also gonna add 2 carrots and 1 or 2 stalks of celery. We can add a couple dried bay leaves for a little flavor. And then we'll add the carcass of our chicken that we had earlier. What I've done in the past with homemade chicken stock is just to add a little bit of turmeric and then some lemon. And that is great as like a sipping broth. Oh, so good and satisfying and comforting. So keep that in mind. The key to chicken stock is to cook it low and slow. So we're gonna cook this for about 2 to 4 hours. If you wanted it even richer, really really rich broth. You can cook it for more like 4 to 6 hours. You may need to add a little bit of water if it gets too low. You can also do this in your slow cooker or your Instant Pot. So I can put that on the website. The slow cooker is 8 to 10 hours on low heat or 4 to 6 on high. And then the Instant Pot is 45 minutes on high pressure. So the Instant Pot, if you have one, is a great way to make homemade chicken stock. Okay, as I was saying, the key to chicken stock is low and slow, and you don't want to boil it at, have it at a rolling boil. You just want it at a simmer. That's going to ensure a broth with better flavor and will be more clear, won't be as cloudy as if you have it at a rolling boil. Now let's serve up some of that white bean and chicken chili. Okay, now it's time to try some. I'm really excited. It smells so good. And last thing I do want to mention is don't bring this to a rolling boil either after you've added the sour cream. If you do, it's going to cause the sour cream to separate into these little pieces. It's still definitely edible and tastes delicious, but it won't be as pretty. So just a little simmer once you've added the sour cream. Okay, we'll serve this up. Yum. Some of that good broth. Now to that, I set out a bunch of little bowls here. We have our limes, fresh cilantro, grated cheese, our fried tortilla strips, and then some sour cream. So let's put some of those on. I love a little extra lime, maybe some cilantro. Let's get our fried tortilla chips in there, let those soften. Then we'll add some cheese on top, and then a little bit of extra sour cream to make it nice and creamy. Oh man. Wow, that is looking so good. Look at that. See, those tortilla strips will start to soften. Oh, look at that. Oh, yum. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. That extra squeeze of lime on top and that smoky chicken, the creaminess from the sour cream, the cumin and coriander. I mean, it's just a bowl of flavor. I can't wait for you to try it. So good. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It means so much to me and also really helps with YouTube. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification button because I have lots more videos coming up with easy recipes just like this, and I don't want you to miss any of them. If you think you might try this, or if you have a request for something else to see in 2026, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. For this recipe and more, head over to my website, mariesaba.com. There you can go and print out this recipe and all my recipes, and if you like, put them in a notebook and make your very own Marie's Kitchen cookbook for free. My goal is to give you some really easy recipes that turn out great every time so you can build some confidence in the kitchen and feel really inspired to share good food with people that you love. From my kitchen to yours, thank you. See you next time.